Coming up on relatables. You're not always gonna, like, you'll always be attracted to your partner. But, like, if there's a time where, for some reason, in this certain instance, like, you're not turned on around them, like, that, it just means, like it's not, that doesn't mean that you're not attracted to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wish someone said it to me when I was younger, maybe. Because, like...
it's okay not to have sex.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like, it's okay to not fucking be horny around them all the time. Like, sex isn't everything.
Jake and Artie, the Relatables Party. Relatable.
The Relatables podcast is hosted by Jake Craig, a.k.a. Scrub Daddy, and myself, Audie Clark, a.k.a. Scrub Mummy. Scrub Mummy.
Bro, I have a scrub mummy in my... This sounds like a brand deal or an advert or some sort, but it's not. That is so funny.
You know, we like to talk about equality.
Yeah.
And normally there's an ongoing joke that guys like to make that girls are meant to be in the kitchen.
Yep.
No.
Stupid joke.
You can come clean with me right now, Scrub Daddy.
That is so fucking funny.
And I can't take the claim for this. My girlfriend's mum saw him important for us.
Really?
Yeah.
She was like, and she listened and she was like,
Yeah, and she saw him and she thought of us.
these honestly are so good.
Yeah. This isn't a brand deal, by the way.
No, it's not at all. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
But I use a fucking, like downstairs I have a scrub mummy and the scrub mummy is way better than the scrub daddy.
That's right.
And
I'm better than you, baby.
It's I don't know if it's how they've advertised it or anything, but it's like twice as good for the same price.
Really?
And it's kind of like a funny thing if you think about it, like because the scrub mummy has like the hard side and the soft side.
I didn't want to get into the details of it, mate.
And the scrub daddy is just the hard side.
Oh, yeah.
But if you think about it, like, you know, a female, I guess, is twice as good.
Oh, that's where you're going with that.
You never know.
Maybe that was the marketing behind Scrub Mummies better than Scrub Daddy.
I mean, facts, bro. It's the same price.
Yeah.
Scrub daddy can fucking...
Honestly, such a good business ploy, but
suck it.
so good. Bro. Such a good idea.
You know, they were on Shark Tank?
Yeah, I know. And they actually came out of it. And now it's all global.
I can't believe it. And the Scrub Daddy page on TikTok.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Bro, it's fucking huge.
Really?
Millions of followers.
Shit.
Millions of followers.
Maybe it was good to bring him up. We'll get some clout.
You never know. You never do know. Have you also seen, while we're on the topic of fucking brand TikTok pages, we've spoken about the Ryanair one before. Wild. Scrub Daddy, Scrub Mummy, they got a big TikTok page. There's all these like American brands have cottoned on to the fact that you need to hire someone from Gen Z to market your social media.
I'm glad America gets it.
Get
To
a
be fair,
fuck
there's one big one in Australia. I think she's got a clothing brand or something. And she's really good. And she has a podcast. She's really good at marketing.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about big, well-established
big,
brands. So
yeah.
like Ryanair, like airline.
Yeah.
Obviously,
what are we
they've got
talking?
someone-
What's the next one?
There's one that has taken it too far.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's called Nutter Butter.
Oh, like a
It's
peanut butter?
peanut butter brand, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like peanut butter. I don't know, cookies as well. I have no idea. But they have taken it way too far.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, do you want... I can fucking...
Nah, I think I can imagine.
I would say, like, they've taken it so far in the sense of, like... So, they've gone brain rot.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what Gen Z love.
So, it's gone viral.
I also love my peanut butter.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, but, like, is Gen Z the ones buying groceries?
Yeah.
Like we do, we're Gen Z, but also it's like really, that's not, shouldn't be their target market.
True.
But they've taken it too far in the sense of like, it's like the only thing, it's like jump scary
Really?
type of thing.
That's weird.
Isn't that so weird? Like they're just standing there like, have you watched Salad Fingers?
No. I don't know what salad fingers is.
The guy Salad Fingers, it's like, I like rusty spoons. You've never seen that?
No.
What? You are not cultured. You've never seen
Or I have a brain.
You've never seen that video. So it's like,
I
this
remember
guy that
people
says,
talking about that in school.
he's like, fuck, it's like so freaky. He's like, my name is Salad Fingers.
I'm
And he's
not-
like this like weird cartoon dude and he's got salad fingers and then he goes like random places and he's like, I like rusty spoons. You've never seen that?
No, I haven't.
That's such bullshit. Surely
I
you've
haven't
seen
seen that once.
Have you seen Two Girls, One Cup?
Yeah.
right. You've redeemed yourself.
I remember watching and turning it off, but I remember.
I've never watched Two Girls, One
But
Cup
this is
all the way
not
through.
how I wanted to start the episode, eh?
I've never watched
How
it
did
all.
you bring it on to I Love Rusty Spoons and Two Girls, One Cup? One cup.
I don't know.
We wanted to start the episode with the golden rules of dating. Fucking hell. Jake, before this episode, said, I'm not going to yap this one, all right?
I say let a man yap.
Rusty, yeah, I'll let you yap when you're not talking about Rusty Spoons and Two Girls in One Cup.
All right, guys, comment if you want to hear about Rusty Spoons.
No one's going to comment.
You never know. They might want to hear what we think of Rusty Spoons. Anyways.
Right. So this is the golden rules of dating.
Yes.
We've been big advocates for writing down a little list of the non-negotiables in a relationship. Before doing it. And this is sort of like along the same lines of these are the things that you should think about when dating.
I've gone personal.
I went like broad spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that might be interesting then because, so these are like the golden things that I do.
I do these as well.
Oh, okay,
But I'm
okay.
thinking like broad spectrum people should use these as well.
Right, okay. Because I've thought of personal ones that I don't think are like a really make or break of like a relationship thing, but it's like a nice. Okay. Maybe it's nice.
You start us then because they're very different.
Yeah, okay. So these are like the golden
rules in your relationship.
Yeah, like golden rules, golden actions, golden behaviors, I don't know. Something like that. Now, like the first two are very cliche, but for some reason I've just landed on them and I've stuck to them. And I would say after like thinking about it and writing these down, I think one of my main love languages is either acts of service or gift giving, like maybe two combined.
Really?
If you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I love quality time, but I do think that
If this says buy her flowers, I'm not going to be happy.
But
Is that all it says?
no. But so I do think that I'm thinking acts of like this is just things I do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying someone has to do these.
Yeah.
So
You don't have to justify your actions, man. That's all good.
Why do I sound like I do need to justify them when you say if this says buy her flowers, I'm not going to be happy.
Okay.
So as you guys know, one thing I always do is the car door, and I don't really do like the house door.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like I don't mind, but for some reason I have this thing where I like have to open the car door for her. For
Right.
Beth. Yeah.
Would you say that's a golden rule though?
No, I'm saying this is something I do. Like I don't think it's like a golden rule of like relationships.
But is it a golden rule of your relationship?
Yeah, it's like it's become a thing where it's like I feel
But
like
is that a key fundamental that if you didn't do that, your relationship wouldn't be as good?
I think if I stopped doing it, it's not going to ruin our relationship. But I think that it like is such a small thing that actually plays a big part.
No, I agree that
In
it
my
would
relationship
play
now.
a big part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon go through all your list
Okay.
because we are completely different.
Yeah, right. Okay,
It's interesting seeing how your brain works.
And so then another mine, and this is things, yeah. So this, and you're not going to like this one. This is just
I
one.
didn't mean to throw shade on you.
This is just another one that I do.
Yeah.
And I've just noticed that I do it. And it is that, obviously not every time I see her because that's fucking over the top. But I really try to make it like so she's not going very long without flowers. I don't know why. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, okay.
And
I think it's a very nice gesture. I bought my
Yeah.
girlfriend flowers yesterday.
yeah, like not that I think if I stopped doing it, she'd leave me. But I find it now to be a thing where it's like, I don't even think Beth expects it. Like, I don't think,
it's a very nice gesture that goes a long way.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on in my head where I'm like, so on the weekend I bought her flowers and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't actually got you some flowers for a little while. And she was like, oh, no, it's all right.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then I actually had a dream 2 nights ago that she said to me in my dream, she said, oh, you haven't bought me flowers for a while. And I was like, yeah, sorry. Like, money's a bit tight.
Yeah.
And I was like making up excuses as to why I hadn't bought her flowers for a while or something like that. But the day prior, I fucking gave her flowers and I was like, sorry, I haven't got you some for a while. And she was like, no, it's fine. She loves it. Every time I do it, she loves it. Like, it doesn't matter what flowers.
I think it's good that you value that so highly.
I just don't even know why though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of would do it every now and then just because I wanted to do it.
I think it's good to normalize men buying girls flowers more often and making it normal. Like, because I remember a lot of our friends think, "Oh, I'm doing too much." Like, you never do too much.
True. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm all that worried that if I stopped, it would be bad. But at the same time, if I did stop, it would semi be like I'm putting less effort in.
Yeah. Well, you could be putting effort elsewhere. Like, you could change that to a node. Like, it doesn't have to be flowers.
Yeah, true. It doesn't always have to be flowers. Yeah.
If you just stop doing things altogether.
Yeah.
Then
For some reason, I have landed on flowers and the car door as like my two very cliche things. Okay. Another golden rule that I do is every night if we're together or if we aren't together, we'll FaceTime and do it. We do in the New York Times games. So there's like the Wordle, all that stuff.
Yeah,
we do the mini crossword and the connections.
Okay.
We always do it.
Yeah.
Together. It's like a thing we do together.
That's cute, yeah.
And I don't know, I like cherish it so much.
Yeah.
Really cherish it. And I would never, ever, ever, ever be able to do either one of them without her because we went through a phase where I was like, okay, well, we'll be on the phone when we do it.
Yeah.
But like, let's do it and maybe try and race each other or like, see if we can do it without the one another. And she always beat me. So I was like, nah, let's do it together.
And she's mad competitive too.
Way more competitive.
Yeah, I know.
Number 3. No, sorry, this is number 4.
Yeah.
FaceTime, whether we're together in bed, I cannot go to sleep without saying I love you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I know some people would. Like, I think some people, it's not a bad thing to fall asleep without saying it. You probably say it throughout the day.
Too.
Yeah, but I just always like, I'll be like, maybe I'll be dozing. I'll be like, oh, I love you. I'll be like,
no, that one's cute.
And then this one is the last one. I only had 5. There's probably more. There's only 5 I could think of. And this is like a new one for me in terms of like compared to old relationships.
Yeah.
And it's really, really trying to like not judge how she feels about something, even if she thinks it's stupid.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, like really trying to reassure.
Like sometimes validating her thoughts and emotions.
Yeah, like sometimes Beth, and I'm sure like males and all other females, and it happens quite often, maybe before she's getting her period, and she'll be maybe a little upset about something, and then she'll kind of like apologize about being upset and be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, and then she'll be like, I'm actually getting my period in a week. And I'm like, yeah, but I know there's been a few times where I've been like, yeah, but like, I don't know, even if you are getting your period in a week and maybe your hormones are all over the place and you're more emotional
There's
than
still
normal,
your
like,
emotions.
it's still an emotion.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty valid. Like, I think
so.
you should still be able to like feel that feeling.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to fucking be out here like I'm perfect. And
well, I think that's just like a good support system for her.
Yeah. There's plenty of things I need to work on. Maybe a cool thing would be, what do we think we need to work on in a relationship? And when we bring it up with each other, and then maybe on the pod, I don't know if it's probably smart to bring it up on the pod, but off pod we could bring it up with each other, what we think we need to work on in our relationships. And I wonder if we do it like...
That's a good idea. That's probably not a great idea to do on air. But
100% if we should do it on the pod. Like we could do some little tiny ones.
You could do all the behind the scenes and then actually implement it and then talk to your girlfriend about it.
True.
And then bring it back onto the pod and see if it worked. But I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's like, those are 5 things that I do that I think are good, where then there's probably 10 things that I do that are fucking bad.
Okay. And you're going to see where mine and Jake's brains are completely different.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I took this question completely different. All right. So the golden rules of dating.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
For next week, could you bring your version of mine?
Yeah, like, to be fair.
But you do all these anyway.
I do all these, but just let me do it first. Ask me if you still want more after you hear these.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking is yours are going to be like things that everyone just should do.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so golden rules of dating. Prioritizing yourself and your independence.
Yeah.
I think that's so important, and a lot of people lose sight of their independence when they're in a relationship because, to be fair, it's so good when you spend time with them, but it's realizing that it's so good to be apart and also enjoy those things.
Yeah, shit. I would say the hardest part with that, so like, I don't think that's something I struggle with at all because maybe, obviously, you're not either because like neither one of us live with our girlfriends yet.
Yeah, true.
But like when that happens, I wonder if that's when it becomes a bit more of a problem.
Every person knows people that spend every single minute with their partner.
Yeah.
And it's about prioritizing yourself. My next golden rule, number 2, building a safe environment to be sad angry, say no, or just be able to express yourself with whatever comes out and not be judged or judge said person.
Fuck. That's a good one.
And my first like semi-relationship, I never had that. Like I was never able to voice how I actually felt. I was always like hiding behind these walls that maybe I built in my head or we built together in our own heads. We never really told each other how we really felt.
No, that's a good one, eh? And I think that is a common problem of like, you know, you maybe don't want to be a burden.
Yeah, and there's always assumptions in relationships when there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And like you make someone feel a certain way and you don't even realize. And you should be able to voice that. And you also always should like your last one, validating your feelings. Like you should always have a safe environment, even if Beth feels silly when her emotions are heightened. Like you should be like, there should be an environment where she can say whatever the fuck she wants, even if it is silly or not.
Yeah, I think it's also a thing of like maybe trying to learn that you're not going to take offense to everything.
Yeah, and like you don't have to agree on everything. You just have to understand what their POV is.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
Yeah.
Next golden rule, number 3. This is probably the most important one. This is definitely broad spectrum. Have similar core values and goals that finish around the same line.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I feel like a lot of people just, I like you, you like me, let's date and have sex. And then a couple months or years in, you're like, so like, you don't want to get married. Oh, shit.
That's something I've always wanted.
Yeah, like I want 2 kids and you don't even want one. Oh, damn, fuck. That was wasted fucking 9 months.
Well, shit, we should have spoken about that earlier.
Yeah. And obviously there's more little ones that obviously all add up, but definitely talking about those things is really important.
I think the big ones are very important thing to bring up pretty early.
Yeah. Next one is, I reckon, a big one that no one talks about. Enjoying sex to a similar amount.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So I reckon especially, I reckon it's even. Both people want to have sex, like same sex drive, but also enjoy sex to the same amount.
Okay.
Where I'm just saying, a lot of dudes in my head anyway are like, just want to fuck all the time. And their part, we get dilemmas all the time. Like, I can't match my boyfriend's sex drive.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should have that conversation early and be like, so how much do you like sex, honestly? Like, and that's a big thing that some people can't accept is that they don't match each other's sex drives, and that means that we're maybe not right for each other. They just see it as, it's just sex.
I agree. I think that also that little honeymoon phase, maybe I go into the honeymoon phase.
Everyone wants to have sex then, yeah.
Yeah, like I know like, oh, this isn't going to last forever. Yeah. Like also
8 times a day. Like.
I know, yeah. Like fucking, I think like a big scary thing that might scare people is, how do I even say this? And it's, you're not always gonna, like you'll always be attracted to your partner, but like if there's a time where for some reason in this certain instance, like you're not turned on around them, like that, it just means like, it's not, that doesn't mean that you're not attracted to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like there's times where you just aren't turned on.
Yeah.
And you don't want to like force, I mean, for a male, I won't lie, it's pretty easy to get turned on, but
you don't want to force it. You don't want to force it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like reassurance in people. Like, I wish someone said it to me when I was younger, maybe. Because, like,
it's okay not to have sex.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like, it's okay to not fucking be horny around them all the time. Like, sex isn't everything.
No, it's not.
Yeah. If you go a few months without it, there's potentially an issue there, but.
Yeah, no, sex isn't everything. That's also a great point you bring up. But I still think it's important.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's majorly important.
Yeah. And my last one, golden rule. We've been talking about this a little bit. Not to cast this person as someone they're not. Don't put them on a pedestal, and to live in the present moment with the person who you're falling in love with.
Fuck. Yeah. Let them grow.
Yeah, don't like.
They're not just going to be what you want them to be all the time.
A lot of people will picture him or her as a wife or a husband.
Yeah.
And then when they fucking spend all your money in the pokies, you're like, oh fuck, he's still gonna be my husband. Like you just brush it under the doormat, and you're like, oh fuck. Rather than dealing with it right now in the present moment and thinking like, maybe he's not right for me, maybe she's not right for me, and she's not this person I've built up this false pretense in my head. She or he's not really real. I've just made them up.
Yeah, well, we figured with a few dilemmas that a lot of things that happen is like either he or her will look at the partner and kind of understand that who they are right now isn't obviously like wife or husband material.
Yeah.
But like you said, they think of them in the future as that and then they hope like that they will turn into that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're their own person, and it's not really their fault if they're not meeting your expectations, because there's expectations like they don't even know
There's a
them.
long way to go before he gets to this thing you've made up in your head. Yeah, and if he gets there, like fucking oath, but like he's not there yet or she's not there yet.
Fuck, that's a good one, eh?
It's honestly, like for me, I often think I want to marry my girlfriend in the future, but we're not there yet.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think of her as like my wife right now.
No.
I think she's my perfect girlfriend, but she's not my wife.
Isn't that funny, eh? I feel like dating is like, you can talk about it as much as you want, and you could learn about it as much as you want from any professional or something like that. I don't know, but like, or maybe one thing that like I want to accept, and I think I do accept it, is that you're never really gonna like have all the answers
to
all the problems.
And why do you think like guys don't talk about it as much? Like I know for a fact our friends don't have in-depth conversations about their golden rules of dating.
No, and before
they don't even
the
think about
podcast,
it.
we probably wouldn't have either.
No, like we talk about it a little bit more. Like we started this podcast, we were having conversations around campfires, traveling up Australia, and we had similar to this in a certain extent.
Yeah.
But nowhere near as in depth. But like, why don't guys talk about these sort of things? And like, I feel like a lot more relationships would benefit from their friendship groups talking about like these intimate conversations about feelings and how we want to have a really healthy relationship. But instead, like, I don't know, we just talk about dudes just talk about the dumbest shit.
Dude, like even thinking about it, now that you say that, the amount of probably arguments that could have gone as conversations instead of arguments when I was younger with exes. If I was to just like, maybe if it was normal for guys to talk about that type of shit, and then I would bring things up, and then all it would have taken for one person with a sensible brain to be like, yeah, I mean, you're kind of putting her on this like pedestal that she doesn't even know about. And then I would have been like, oh yeah, you're right. And then there was probably like a fair few arguments in my relationships that I can think of that probably wouldn't have even happened, because maybe one person would have just been like, oh yeah, but you're thinking like that because you love her and you want her to be a certain way to match you. Whereas, she's her own person. Like if someone had a sensible fucking response, let's be real. But isn't that, like,
do you reckon it's something to do with like the male independence power trip that like, we don't want to hear that from other people. We've got to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah, it could be a pretty common thing that men don't want to accept.
Because I'm looking.
That's also showing a bit of weakness.
Yeah, like I'm looking. I've definitely done things in the past, but like a lot of my friends' relationships, I could have said like, you don't have any independent. Like, what happened to your independence, man? Like that's really important in a relationship.
I've found that the only time we ever talk to a friend about their relationship is if it's gotten so toxic that we notice.
Yeah,
and then everyone kind of says something, but it shouldn't get to that.
Well, going off the last episode too, no one is taught how to love.
Yeah.
And like if we had more conversations about how to love properly, and like we shared, Jake says, I bought my girlfriend flowers and I open her car door every time we go and she loves it. Like it's such a healthy thing for our relationship. Like we're the only two dudes who probably fucking say that.
True, yeah. And not say it in,
Like we never talk, like you said in another episode, we never talk about our relationships in a positive light. It's only ever if it's toxic or in a bad way. I think it's a time to like normalize, especially with our other friends who are more manly than us.
Yeah.
They're like, we should tell them about the good things that we do and like.
Yeah, say how much you love her. Bring up all the good things. If you're in a girl friendship group that doesn't do it, say how much you love your boyfriend. Bring up all the good things. So then when you bring up the bad, they're not totally biased towards you, because your boyfriend's a human, your girlfriend's just a human, and they're all just fucking living for the first time.
I'll tell you one thing.
Finish
the segment on. I did one good thing that I think my girlfriend really appreciated yesterday. Yeah. She's going for a run. She's really struggling with the kilometers. She's training for 100 kilometers.
Fuck, it's a long way.
She's struggling, having a few menti bees here and there, as you would. And she went for a run, and I was driving home. I was like, fuck, I'll surprise her. And when she was running, went and bought her flowers and a little chocolate to put in the fridge. It was a chocolate lava cake, actually.
Carb hit.
Yeah. And I wrote a little card. Proud of you, Pookie.
That make her feel great.
Check the freezer. And
check the freezer. Ooh.
Yeah, chocolate lava cake.
Yeah. Oh.
And like she loved it, and she said, "I appreciate you." And like I think that after a shitty run, she's been real sad about the amount of kilometers.
A grueling one.
Yeah, little things like that.
I'll say something bad that I did.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
See, I'll open up about the bad things.
I thought you were about to outdo me then.
I will not be outdoing you. As I just said, I like to open the car door for my girlfriend, Beth. I like to give her flowers when I can, but I still do give her shit. And when we went away one weekend, she asked me to get her a glass of water. And I said, you got 2 legs. Get your own water. And let's be real. If she said, no, I would have went and got it. But she went and got it. And then later that day, I think I asked her for something. She was like, you got 2 legs? What are you gonna get? I was like, yeah, nice joke. Get your own fucking material.
Yeah.
So I do, yeah. Look,
And maybe next time I'll fill up my girlfriend's water bottle when she asks.
maybe.
Now that you've told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, we just shared. That was good. Maybe.
Okay, Audie, I've got a synopsis.
It's been a minute.
I got a TV show synopsis for you. We
Let's
haven't
go.
done one for ages, and I'm like semi-stressed about giving this synopsis because I want the synopsis to do the show justice.
It's a good show.
I will start off with, it's a show, bro. It's a show. Okay.
For reference, back in the day, Jake is a movie boy.
I used to love him.
He used to come every week with a new movie.
Yeah.
For his research.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't watching Netflix for a while, okay? And then a week ago, I went out for dinner with my girlfriend Beth, her best friend Casey, and we went and got, oh my God, I won't talk about it. We went and got food.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you about the food, but fuck, too long. And so Casey actually suggested the show, and it kind of went through one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't listening to her, but I was just but I was like,
yeah, whatever.
And she suggested it because podcasting is in it. And she said it was really good. But then we also got a post in the Facebook group asking
This is what really matters.
asking if we'd watched it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Casey. I would just want to give her some credit. Not that she's listening, but also the person.
What's the show, man? Tell me the show. What
It is
is it?
called Nobody Wants This.
Nobody wants this.
It's called Nobody Wants This. It's got starring Adam Brody, Kristen Bell,
Yeah.
Dax Shepard's wife, mate.
Yeah,
your favorite podcaster, Dax Shepard. And so I wanted to talk about, I'm sure so many of the girly pops listening have watched this. Like, I don't want to give anything away, okay?
Haven't seen a single thing.
I will. Okay, what I want to say is so Kristen Bell is one of the stars, and her sister have a podcast in the show. And the podcast is called Nobody Wants This. Okay?
Good name.
It's actually a good name.
Yeah.
Like, there is definitely going to be a podcast called Nobody Wants This now, by the way, and I'll probably listen to it. Yeah. Or maybe Kirsten Bell, her husband fucking produces shit. Maybe she should start one. Okay, whatever. But, okay. First off, the person that asked in the Facebook group said, I want to know what it was like. How did they depict podcasting? Do you guys experience what they experienced, and is it at all accurate?
We're probably really good.
That's what I want to talk about first, okay? So, first things first, one thing I really enjoyed and I was very happy about is like they didn't actually show very much podcasting because I was like, how are you going to portray it? Like there's 10 episodes. They're all 25 minutes, which I loved because like it was a good little taster to get back into watching TV. And it was like,
have you finished it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Oh, you finished it?
I grinded it, bro. I've watched all 10 episodes. 25 minutes, though. It wasn't that long.
Fuck, I'm proud of you for working, man.
Thank you. See, I was like, this is work. I'm getting paid to do this. And so, of all 10 episodes, I didn't even think every episode had a scene of podcasting. There was probably 7 scenes of like a bit of a segment of a podcast. So they didn't overdo it, like because they had to fake it, obviously. But I think they did a great job at not making it. But what was happening with the girls and with their podcast is they are in a stage that we are in. Really? So I really related to it in a sense of, so they have a manager and the podcast is about sex, love, relationships. Okay. From 2 women though.
Yeah.
And they get some guests on, but you don't really see it, but they do that. So it's not the same podcast, but they are currently in the process of being signed.
Oh.
Spoiler. Which we're not like in the process. We're just like, we talk to people. We have meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
But I will say in the show with the meetings they had, we haven't experienced this, but some of the like execs or whatever that they were talking to were trying to kind of make them change their show which we haven't experienced yet.
No.
All we've experienced is people wanting us to lean in to
We've
what
also
we've done.
Put our foot down in most of these meetings and said we know what we want and
Yes.
we like what we do.
Yes.
So that could be why.
100%. Also, a lot of their meetings with execs were in person. Doesn't happen.
Nah.
It's all Zoom, guys.
Yeah.
Just want you to know it's all Zoom. And also, one thing I found very funny that they got quite accurate was her and her sister have some scenes where they'll go, just don't tell me, save it for the podcast. Which is very relatable.
When me and Jake lived together, we were doing that fucking daily.
So they got that quite correct if you guys wanted to know.
Yeah.
One thing they didn't get very correct, unless what they were trying to depict was that their podcast already made a lot of money, was there was really, it's obviously a TV show, but like it looked like they were producing the whole thing themselves. They had the gear, they were doing it in their lounge room, a little neon sign, but like they didn't show any of the work that went into it. They made podcasting look very, very easy.
Oh.
And not that it's like we love it, but I will say that there is work that goes into it.
A lot of behind the scenes work. Well, most podcasts that you probably listen to have teams of people who think of the content for the two people talking about it.
Yep.
And then post-production have a couple of editors who edit the whole thing for them.
Yep.
Then, yeah.
So that's what I'm assuming they had depicted in this show, which we don't have. Us personally, we produce and edit everything.
Yeah.
Which we would love to let go of one day.
Yeah.
To focus more on content. But she did. There was a scene actually where the guy says, don't you do a lot of research for the show? And she goes, well, my manager does it, then she sends me the notes and I kind of just choose the things I like. So maybe they are like that, to be fair.
Yeah.
So maybe like some people's podcasting life is different to ours, where they don't work all week and then they do a 1 hour show and then they're sweet. So they could have got it accurate for some, but for us, it wasn't all that accurate.
I think it's accurate for people who are influencers already.
Yes, 100%.
And then they start a podcast.
Okay, so for anyone asking that question, that's how I feel about the podcasting side. They did good. And there wasn't much podcasting, which I loved. Okay. Secondly, Oddie, if you miss that giddy feeling of when you were first talking to your girlfriend, watch this fucking show, bro.
Really?
I'm telling you, I was sitting there kicking my feet, giggling, covering my mouth. I couldn't stop smiling.
Making me want to watch it bad.
You have to watch this show, okay?
Tonight
All I could think about was, okay, this isn't really giving anything away because you understand this is going to happen, all right? They produce single-handedly the best first kiss scene in a show I've ever watched.
Really?
Bro. Wow. I wanted my girlfriend there with me, and I want to reenact it. I can't. Oh, fuck.
Do you want to reenact it?
We'll turn these cameras off.
No, I'm picturing it.
Okay, so first, be ready for that.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I will now go with the other character that is the love interest. And I'm really going like, I'm not giving anything away here because I don't want to. So there's his character is, first of all, rugged sexy. Okay? I will say.
Lumberjack
When
vibes.
skinny lumberjack. When you first see him, you're like, and then his personality comes out. And the amount of money I would pay to be that fucking smooth with women.
Really?
I know it's a written TV show and he's probably not like that in real life and nobody is, but the amount of money it's like fucking Harvey Specter, but I don't know, wholesome.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck, man, it's crazy.
Shit.
But he is a rabbi.
What's a rabbi?
Which is a Jewish religion thing. He's a rabbi of a temple, which is like their church.
Yes.
But it's a temple. I can't talk about how accurately they depicted Judaism because I'm not Jewish. I would love to know from someone that is Jewish. All I know is there was a slight bit of feedback about how they made all the Jewish women seem like bitches.
Yeah.
And I think some of the only feedback they got was that they're not that bitchy. But they really, really got a very, very accurate... Okay, I'm going to finish on this because I want you to watch it. And then we can talk about it together and give spoiler alerts and talk about it together.
Yeah,
because... So, another thing that they got so fucking insanely accurate is the spiraling that you do when they haven't maybe replied to a text, or the spiraling that you do of when your sister or your brother or a good friend of yours has an opinion about the person you're seeing.
Yeah.
The spiral, it was fucking crazy accurate.
Shit, that's cool.
Crazy accurate. There's some cringy scenes that I was like, oh. But you know, it's part of life.
Yeah, it's part of life.
I was like, oh, fuck, I can't watch
That adds to the element.
I know, I was binging the shit out of it. And, oh, shit, I'm saying this to try and get people to watch it. I wish they were paying me for this. But once you watch this, bro, we're giving spoiler alerts and we're going into it, okay? Because I've never felt more giddy watching a show in my life. They make you love the brother.
Really?
He is hilarious, okay?
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'm keen. I want to watch it.
Yeah, 100%. You have to watch it.
Talking about inside knowledge on like podcasting, or maybe leave it on this one tip. Probably you didn't know all your favorite podcasters who do movie synopsises get the TV series early and get paid to promote it.
Yeah.
So if you're hearing like, oh, like, I don't know, what's this called again?
This is called Nobody Wants This.
Yeah. Say it came out today and then your favorite podcast is doing a full synopsis on it. He probably got it 2 weeks ago and he's getting paid to promote it. This is coming from the goodness of Jake's heart.
This is coming from the goodness of my heart because you guys asked. And yeah, that's my opinion on the accuracy of the podcasting.
Yep.
I want you to listen. Let me know what you think because I watched it all very quickly, so there was probably a lot I left out.
Yeah,
the depiction, like the accuracy on what it's like to start seeing someone new, and the obsession and the limerence and the judginess from people and the different types of families meddling, and like I really want to know how accurate they got the Judaism thing. I really want to know because it was very intense. And is there anything else? That first kiss.
I got one thing.
Yeah.
I want to say props to Jake. Jake came to me about 6 months ago with the idea to have a TV Netflix series about podcasting because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
This was probably being recorded in the background when he had this idea. But I was like, fuck, that's a good idea.
Yes.
And they did it.
They did
it's
it.
good.
And they honestly did a good job. They did a great job. And last thing that I will say is it obviously was fine in this scenario because both the co-stars are married to actors. Dax Shepard is an actor and Adam Brody is married to one of the main characters of Gossip Girl.
Oh, really?
Okay. Who's very attractive.
Yes.
And, okay. I just don't understand how a married person can be okay with the intense love that they do in this show, the kissing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't watch it. I would be like, look, you're getting a payday, fair, this is your profession.
That does bring up a good point. Like, where's the line?
Where is the line at the point of like, because also another thing is they're both very successful before this show. They don't need this show. They're probably doing it because it's a good opportunity. It's something with Netflix. It's probably a good payday. They love the writing, but they don't need the show.
But is it playing on your insecurities?
I don't know.
And
is it an insecurity that I don't want my fucking wife kissing someone else intensely?
It's work.
I know. But think about it, bro.
Yeah. Well, I think you brought up a great point that like because their partners are actors, they probably know the difference between acting and you see it as intimate connection, but they see it as like, good scene, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, good point.
I just put my I've always never understood jokes like how do dudes do those scenes without getting boners? Or is it just or do they like tape it to their undies before they start or something?
I don't know. There was like really, the good thing about this one was that there was all just a load of kissing scenes and then it was like you knew they had just had sex, but they were just sitting there cuddling.
I still get excited when I'm doing both those things.
100% with like an attractive girl.
Yeah.
But I'll end it on, this is off topic. This is talking about what you were talking about just then. Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Big actor, big Australian actor, huge, massive actor. She's doing a current show where there's a lot of sex scenes. And apparently she made a comment to the press or something on somewhere. She's like, she goes, she's a married woman, by the way. And she starts talking about like, I can't stop having orgasms during these sex scenes. I didn't even think that would be an issue. But also what that says is
They're actually having sex.
that either they're actually having sex or that he does have a boner and it's very much rubbing up on the area. Unless she can just orgasm like by thinking of stuff and that's like just not. I don't know. But
Maybe.
isn't that because she's a married
That
woman?
also takes away my part where she's not acting because she's actually feeling it.
She's dedicated to the craft.
Yeah. She's enveloped by the scene.
But yeah, so that's my synopsis without any spoilers. I want Oddie to watch it. Once you watch it, I think you will binge it if you like it.
Okay.
I will say the first, like when you watch it, you're going to be like, yeah, Jake left heaps out.
Yeah.
So when you get through the first episode, and I think you'll love it after that.
I'll come back. Let everyone know.
Yeah, it won't take you long. It's so good.
Sweet.
Okay, thank you very much for listening, guys.
Thank you.
I would like to read one more page from How to Piss Men Off.
We would like to piss some men off right now.
Okay. I'm going to read the small blurb first. My roommate used this on me once, and I had to immediately turn my head away so she couldn't see the tears coming from my eyes. Quote, you say to him, I was thinking about your posture the other day.
Damn, this would get me. Hey, this would get me.
Make it sound like the prelude to an intervention.
Oh, that
Bro,
would get me.
how
so
good's that one?
bad. I'm using that. Hey,
That's a good one,
I
eh?
have a bad posture too. I get hunched. Just I don't even know. I'm gonna blame it on my height, but I have a hunch.
I get bad posture too, and I've had a little insecurity about it ever since we posted a story about something, and you and I were both in it, and then one of the comments to the stories was, like, sorry, the hunch is giving me an ick, babe. And you were standing up straight and I was hunching, so I know it was about me. And so now I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Funny you bring that up too. Comparing you to me, someone came up to me in real life and was talking about the pod and they'd met you before. And they said, he's bigger than I thought he was in person.
He's bigger in person than I thought?
Yeah, he's bigger in person. And he said it's because I'm next to you and make you look small. So I was like,
Fuck.
I was like, suck shit.
Here's the thing is I think I would prefer to be, I would prefer people to be like, oh, you're taller than I thought.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, you're shorter than I thought. That would hurt.
They said it was like maybe your extremities because you like got big forearms and stuff.
Maybe, I don't know.
Might look like you're a bit of a short, stumpy guy.
I might start sitting on my knees or something.
But I was just like, yeah, my height beats him again. That's good. Well, thank you, everybody. We love you.
Love you.